So as you can see, when the app is being loaded, the API call is made, and then there is an action that is being dispatched, retrieved book list, that will take whatever result we got from that API call, meaning in terms of items, and it will take whatever data it needs from, and then an action will be dispatched, and what we call the payload of the action is that list of books. All right, and that action obviously will update the state. So the book state is actually empty in the beginning, it's an empty array, and then as you see all of that in green, it means the change of state after the action was dispatched. So meaning we added 5 elements to that array. Okay, so the current state at this part is like this. If we come before, you see that books is doesn't have anything. Okay, it's not even an empty array, it looks like it's undefined. And then when the action is dispatched, at this stage we have our state with that array of 5 books. All right, now that's part of the feature of this app. Another feature is the add to collection. Okay, so when we add to collection, you see that there are actions that are being dispatched, add books, and I clicked on this add collection and then the other one, so they send the ID. All right, they send the ID as a payload of the book that we clicked on. So you see there are 2 different IDs because I clicked on this one, and then on that one I can add this one also. We can see it here, and the state changes. All right, now the collection has 3 items. We don't need the full array of books. The ID is enough. We can get the full data of the books from the books part of the store. It's actually better to avoid duplicating data so that you have always one single source of truth in one part of the store, and the rest you can refer to it using IDs, the same as you would work with the database and the keys in a database. All right, then the other type of action that can be dispatched is remove from collection. So you see we have actions that are being dispatched, and we can see the difference that they make. You see here it's red, we are removing elements from the collection, whereas this one we're adding elements to that collection array, so it removed these parts. So that's why it's very important, even though they don't mention it in the tutorial, both by the way, even in the part that covered even in the part that covered, where was it, the tutorial about yeah, here it was, the part that covered the initial tutorial, which is quite simple. I suggested to install the Dev Tools. Same for the walkthrough. We need to install the Dev Tools to properly understand and see in a visual way what is happening in the store, so that we can properly understand it. All right, we can even try playing with the store before some actions are being dispatched from our code. We can manually dispatch them using the dispatcher here, and see the impact on the store and going through the reducers, etc. We'll look into that. Okay, so that's the goal that we want to reach. So at the end, we want to have an app that will make that API call to Google Books API to get with the proper query params to get that list of books. Then immediately after that, we want to dispatch an action with those books as a payload that will update the state with the books. Okay, then we want to see those books in our UI. That's where we will use selectors and subscribe to the observable that is provided by the selector. All right, and we want to have user-defined actions, because the first one that we saw is not really user-defined because it happened at the load of the app. So we want to have some buttons that are hooked with some methods in the class file that when we trigger them will dispatch the appropriate actions. So in that case it will be the add book with the ID of the book that we clicked on, and for the removal, remove book with as a payload the ID of the book that we removed. All right, here also we want to read from the part of the store that's called collection in this part, because as you have seen, when we add them, we are automatically seeing here those books that were added in the collection. And we want to implement the logic which will be in the reducers, that when we click on add collection, when this action is being dispatched, we want actually to add that ID to the collection, and when a remove is being clicked here, we want to remove from that array. So this work will be in the reducers. Okay, so yeah, so this walkthrough will cover the select part of the store with some selectors, and the few reducers and actions, and multiple parts of the store, because in this case we have books and collections, whereas in the previous store it was just one store which was just one counter, and that counter was just a number, so it was not even an array or JSONs or whatever, and the actions that were being dispatched in the previous tutorial, in the getting started tutorial, didn't even have a payload. So here it's a bit like more advanced than the previous one.